prone axial rotations. This is a great mobility exercise for the shoulder, and particularly more so for the joint capsule itself, because our joints, especially our shoulders and hip, like axial rotations. And what we're going to do is either have a foam pad, yoga block, maybe yoga mat rolled up, or you can have your forehead right onto the ground. So it really comes down to comfort. So what we're going to do is lay down onto our tummies, forehead on the block or on the ground. We're gonna place our hands out into a T, and then with our hands, we're gonna create fists, and this is gonna help create tension. And what we're gonna do is slowly lift up into our end range. Holding here isometrically, you're gonna turn your fist into internal rotation as far as possible, and then external rotation. As we do this, you wanna make sure that as you're rotating, you don't lose your height. Because a lot of times people will fatigue as they're going through the rotations. So you want to actively think of keeping yourself up into your end range and rotating back and forth into internal and external rotation. Another thing to think about as we do this, when you come up and say we go into internal rotation, you don't just kind of get there and then you go right away to external rotation. You want to think of getting to internal rotation, actively getting more, and then switch to external rotation, actively get more. So the more tension you put into it, the more kind of like crank into internal and external rotation, you'll get a little bit more out of it compared to just kind of flopping back and forth. And that is the prone axial shoulder rotations.